Mac's a very big horse.
He's a very round horse.
Round horse.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he's actually a quarter horse cross. And in breeding, he's about 16 years old now. He's jumped fire, and he's particularly good with things like wind machines, scenes with leaves and things, and Mac's great.
When they finally arrive at Gabrielle's old home, her fears about her welcome are growing stronger. Meanwhile, Lucy's playing vocabulary games with Greg.
Penumbra.
You can build that big.
Holy fright, what is penumbra?
Penumbra is like a shadow, a shadow around someone.
Oh.
Were you lying when you said that you wrote Webster's? Would you have known what penumbra was?
Well, you can have a hit song.
I told him I wrote Webster's dictionary. He was asking me, well, you know, what books I've written. And the fact that I didn't know penumbra was, you know, was a problem for him.
The days are long, and it was really nippy when these outdoor scenes were shot. Lucy treated the crew to French fries, which she happily ran around handing out.
Okay.
Hi, Willa. Where are you going?
Oh, just in here to get made up, older, you know. This is me before.
Right. You'll be 25 years older when you come out.
Yeah. It's exciting. Not many girls get to do that in a day's work, I tell you.
Tell sliding. Very, very nice. That told me everything. Take 2 tail slate before I can read everything. Oh, good.
I know that people, when they see the shows, all they see is the actors. And what they don't realize is that there are at least 40 other human beings with full lives and personalities that the minute the camera's not rolling, we're back to being with them and with our friends. And this is the reason why Renee and I never get too big for our boots, because there's these wonderful human beings working really hard, and we know we're just one cog in the machine.
Gabrielle has just found out her parents were murdered, and Renee is discussing her reaction with Michael. This was a really emotional scene, and you can see Lucy giving Renee space as she works on it. Both Lucy and Renee have talked about the emotional space an actor sometimes needs to prepare for a scene. As Lucy plays YMCA with one of the crew, she notices Renee's concentration, and you can see her move the game away.
I gave away a helicopter for a rain machine. And in the end, it's far more dramatic. As Renee decides that she's going to embark on a course of vengeance, the skies open and the rain. It's quite Shakespearean, really. And as she decides to sort of wage mortal war on her own soul, she gets drenched, and I find it very dramatic.
Xena, my niece may still be in that harem. We'll go after her first thing in the morning. If she's there, we'll get her out. Xena, this is not just a rescue mission. I want vengeance! Have blood, Gabrielle. Blood, we'll have blood! Don't talk to me about consequences, Xena! That man murdered my mother and father! Now I kill him!
The rain scene was big and complicated, and it gave us a chance to see just how efficiently the crew works together. I'm always amazed at the fact that I never hear anyone giving instructions, yet everyone seems to know what to do.
I want vengeance!
You're in trouble at this fight. That looks like it's raining to me.
Crikey, that was cold.
Fantastic. Now, you may have felt that was over the top, but the whole thing's over the top, right? Thank you very much.
Oh, good. Thank you.
Thank you. Morning. It's a brave Rick Moonlight Nick the Nick, isn't it?
Oh, okay.
All right.
Can you tell us a little bit about Rob's Folly? I gather it was made from something else?
Yeah, we actually bought a used barge and then built the superstructure onto the top of it. So we needed something that would be very stable for shooting, and we also needed something that would be big enough. And, you know, it's very hard to, especially in this part of the country, go and find a period boat that you can use. So we had to basically build it from the ground up, and something that we could then also build camera platforms and everything else on to make it work properly. But yeah, it was probably 3 or 4 years ago we built it. It was, you know, another one of Rob's harebrained schemes. Yeah, I want to build a boat. And we all went, oh, God.
The fisherman wants a boat, yes.
Exactly. As long as, and he even had us install it with a couple of those little poles at the back so you can stick fishing poles in. I don't think he's ever used them, but they're there, yes.
Sea leg. High up. You coming too? No. See you later.
It's interesting, this boat, we were in the middle of the bay, you've got shots of it, you know, it was beautiful. It was just so beautiful, and in the harbour, it was all open and gorgeous. And so you're standing on this boat with all the space, and then you realise that the boat itself is tiny, and the space is at a premium. And actually, I found it really intense working. Hot sun, nowhere to go, all the gear having to be moved all the time, as you will have seen. And so it was great, and it'll look fantastic, but it was the most tiring day of all so far.
You've got a new outfit on.
Yeah, it's my WWF wrestling outfit now, Gabrielle. It's actually red velvet. I think it reads quite differently on camera. Apparently it absorbs the light. But they were looking for something that would have a textured material like leather, but softer than leather. So that's why they went with a cloth. What did it change? Just looking to soften Gabrielle a bit and make her a little more feminine. It's a very similar style, but it's just a cloth. It's a different color. Rob specifically wanted to bring back a colorful side of Gabrielle as opposed to the brown leather. Yeah.
Kind of blend in a little.
Yeah, it was a little too similar to Lucy's.
Is it as comfortable?
Oh, you know, I mean, it's short. I don't know if it's comfortable. No, it's everyone laughs because it seems as if my costumes get shorter and shorter, but I'm swearing that it's very similar.
That's what your mom says, right?
Oh, no, it's all the gang here. They just go, man, you know, put some clothes on.
Has it got the shorts on underneath, which you mentioned about the old one? You said they were orange hot
This is an actual skirt, so I do have something underneath. So that when I'm fighting, I have a bit of modesty, you know. But yeah, we haven't actually filmed any fight scenes yet, so we'll see. Yeah. But yeah, so anyway, there you go. It's all silver. They like this silver theme with Gabrielle. So yeah, similar tie, freedom in the arms. You know, it's one thing he's looking for the punches.
How do the size fit into the boots?
The boots are strapped up and along the front. Give my wounds here. They come in through the side. There's a finely weaved leather bit right here, you see. One man spends hours weaving all this leather together. They go there, and then you just have an opportunity to pull them right back out. Yeah.
I think it's strong if you say, today I'm not an assassin. Inferring that tomorrow I will be.
So do I need to make that strong?
Well, today I may not be. It's the line.
As Renee settles in for the take and concentrates on the emotions she needs for the next scene, you can hear the activity going on around that she will need to block out. Notice the small gesture at the beginning where she motions to someone in her line of sight.
Clear, okay.
Shooting!
P7, take 2, marking AMB cameras, common.
Mark. Mr. Captain, could you shuffle to your left, just a sensation?
Thanks, Bill.
Thank you, that's great.
And Adrian, just half step back, please. Thank you.
Yes, I'm on full Mark. Yeah.
Mark.
Sit. And action.
Why were you in Mogador?
I was selling slave girls. Amazons I'd captured in a raid up north.
Calm way your daughter talks about her past.
She knows what I know.
There's nothing you can do to change the past. You can only work to make the future better. That's why she's so worried about what you might do once you're inside Mogador. Gabrielle, you're not an assassin.
You're right, Xena. Today I'm not an assassin. Tomorrow...
Cut. Thank you.
There's a baby on there. Just as Xena moves to descend the stairs. Oh, Muhammad on action. Oh, I see. Otherwise, we have to turn around and go.
Exactly. So we do that and that.
One of the things the fans are always asking about is the costume, and they're all out there making their own. So we thought we'd give them a close-up view of it. Can you point out those parts?
These are my big old boots, which have got, you know, Nikes on the inside. And though the new costume designer would love to change them and make them look sleeker and make them look better, these are the most functional for what we need to do for fighting. You know, in the 5th season I had those black boots, and they were, they might have looked good, but they were just awful to work in. I couldn't run, but being pregnant I didn't run very much. So, big old knee pads, again, very functional. I'd love to make them sleeker, and they may well streamline those this season, but I sure like them for comfort. This didn't have an underskirt originally, and it was, the bodice was all in one piece, and they've remade that to make it into two, so it didn't wrinkle up so much with all the, you know, hip kicks, and so that it moves, the skirt and the bodice move independently of each other, and it's just not so much wrinkling and bagging. And, you know, it's my breastplate, and it lifts and separates.